What's up, guys? Andrew Water Soft Wash. Coming at you on a Saturday morning. We're going to do a little house wash. Got my helper here, Ethan. He's filming for me. So we got a house wash and exterior windows. So I'm going to go through kind of the process, what to look for when you're starting a house wash like this. Here's the equipment we're going to be using today. We got a decked out Gen 2. So we got our 24 volt on his side, which is out of order because those 24 volts are just crap. They're just crap. So got my super pump. I'm going to come in hopefully sooner than later. I'm super excited to put that on there. And hopefully that's going to be a one-stop shop on that pump. I'm not going to throw that 24 in the trash and use the super pump from now on. So got a 12 volt here, pressure, water hose. Also got a little purge line for a window cleaner. Now, when I started window cleaning, I was getting on a ladder and with a little bucket, and I had my squeegees and mops, and I'd get like this close to the windows on these lake houses that are 3 stories up. And I was like, man, it's got to be a better way. But I was making good money doing it, and I realized there was some marketing in it. So I got this system, this Tucker system from Southeast. Call Ty up, he'll get you set up on this Tucker system. I'm telling you, it's worth the money. And to be honest with you, when I bought this skid, I didn't get the Smart Blend, I didn't get the surface rack cleaner, and I didn't get the Tucker window system. And that was a mistake. I should have got every single one of those things and had them put it home for me. Because when you think about things like this, you're like, well, it's this amount of money, but it's going to take this amount of time, of my time, to put it on there. And what's worth more, your time or your money? For me, it's time. Everybody wants my time, and so it ain't worth fooling with. Luckily, I was able to put it on with zero hassles. Ty showed me how to put it on the window system. It looks like they put it on. I put it on pretty much how they put it on. So we got our Smart Blend. That's going to be pretty sweet with the super pump. And so we got our window system here. Got a reel over there. It's powered by a 12 volt pump, meaning you're gonna get a lot of pressure out of it. So instead of being a water fed window cleaning system, you're gonna get a lot more pressure out of it, and it lasts a lot longer. So here's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna do a walkthrough around the house, tell you what to look for, how to approach a house like this, and we'll go from there. I did want to show, kind of veer over here. We're gonna be using, and don't mind this bottle because, you know, every day or two and roll. But we're gonna put this, fill this up, 15 gallons, 1 gallon of soap, and we're gonna use it on the house wash. I'm telling you, I've used a couple different surfactants. There's my bleach manufacturer near me. They have, you know, cherry bomb and lemon squeeze scents and all that. And they smell good, but they're too thin. They don't work, man. This stuff is like syrup. It's like maple syrup, man. I could drink it if it was good for me. But I put it on a roof. You tell really when it's on a roof. The cherry bomb from my dealer, it just runs right off the roof, man. It just runs right off the roof. This stuff, it clings to the roof and works. You can tell it turns white, foamy, works. So that being said, we're going to use that today. Let's do a general walkthrough on this house. So come on, Ethan, we're going to be around. I did want to give a little story real quick, so check this out. It's about hurt my soul. So this right here, this looks really nice, doesn't it? Well, what happened was I do a lot of work at this Lake Oconee, which is the big lake near me. Do a ton of work in this subdivision. And so this truck, a tire blew out on this tire blew out, and it shredded the fender up. And so I was like, oh my freak, that sucks. And so I was on the interstate, had my billboard trailer, and the tire blew out. I thought I lost the whole trailer, but I didn't. So I had the body shop put a new fender on, paint it. I got 6 new tires. And then a semi-truck slung a tire at me, and it scraped the brand new fender. I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? But I'm gonna have it repainted. I can't go around looking like a bum in this truck. That's not how we roll. So here's what we're dealing with. Pretty general lake house. I mean, it's wraps around. So we're gonna look at, we see a stained door, we see stained ceilings. Come on, get in close. Point at the ceiling, look at the ceiling. The stained ceiling, stained door. Okay, paint looks pretty standard. It's got a lot of cobwebs, so we're gonna be very careful. So we're gonna go around this way. Plants, we got plants. I don't see any maples and things like that. Very cautious of maples. Every single house in these lake communities normally have a maple right in the front of the house. Not good for me, but just got to be a little more careful. Garage door openers, everything we're gonna tape. So outlets, garage door openers, doorknobs, cameras, we're gonna tape all that just to be sure, because the one, trust me, the one outlet you don't tape is gonna spark up and burn the house down. Because I've had it scare the snot out of me sometimes. Literally, I thought, oh, well, it has a cover on it, I'm not gonna tape it. And it literally was the one that started sparking. I had an electrician come out and replace it for me, but it's just so annoying. And even if you tape it, there's a chance of sparking, but do not trust those covers. I mean, that bleach is gonna find a way in and it will start. It's scary, it was scary to death. I mean, really. So here's what we're gonna get all this off. This is where you really see the soft wash difference, man, I'm telling you. Get on close right here. Look at all these cobwebs. Again, we got stained wood ceiling, we're gonna be careful around that. He's gonna water that while I'm spraying the solution. But all these cobwebs, man, I'm telling you, it's just nasty. But water is not gonna take that off very easy. I've done it before, it does not work. I've used water, then I turn the bleach on and the soap, and it just melts it. It's amazing. I just cannot explain to you how easy it is, because it's all organics. It's just like the algae, it's organics. Now, if it's a bunch of dirt on there, that's not organic, it's probably not gonna take it off. But anyway, kind of like that around the whole house. When you see colors like this, it's not a red flag, but I would still ask what kind of paint it is, because after turning a house from blue to neon green in about 30 minutes, I always ask the question, this Sherwin-Williams, is it super paint? Because if it is, I'm out. We dipping, because I ain't messing with it. I'm not messing with it. I've actually had some colors like this, it be super paint, and I'll clean it, and it not do anything because it's not a very noticeable color. But it's not a risk you want to take. Just ask the question, take the precautions, and go from there. But yeah, we're not doing a roof wash, so just a house wash and exterior windows on this. So I didn't mention it, but there are front screens on the house. Normally, generally, usually you're gonna want to take those off, or the customer will take them off. He didn't do that. We told him just not to worry about it. We're gonna soft wash it anyway. You can't really tell through a screen, so it's gonna be good enough for him. So we're gonna roll around the other side of the house. The thing about all these houses is they're really expensive, but they're all kind of similar. They wrap around, and they're not necessarily that tall. They're taller in the back, but they just wrap around. It's just such a wide and a lot of square footage on these houses, and porches. I always, when somebody calls me in these subdivisions, I'm usually doing work in here, I always try to swing by, because, man, I mean, if you don't look at it, you might miss a whole back. You know, there's might be 3 porches on the back that you didn't account for, and that's gonna take you another 2 or 3 hours. I mean, it takes that long because there's so much things to be careful. Because there's a cathedral ceiling, which usually leads to stained wood and all kinds of stuff you have to be careful about. And it's, you know, if you know what you're doing and do this often, then it's okay. You know what to expect. But it's just a safe precaution. It's just rather be safe than sorry kind of thing. But come on in, we're gonna get in here. These are the blocks on these windows. We're not gonna get those. Make their job a lot easier. You know, what do you do? There's no window. So there's some bushes here. Little tip for you. Where's one right here? Right here. So, okay. Little test for you. So these bushes, you want to feel them and just see how waxy they are. Not waxy, I mean, like, are they shiny? Are they soft? Are they stiff? You can tell a lot by that. I've found out that if they're not waxy, if they're very soft, and they feel like they absorb a lot of stuff, be careful around them. They'll probably absorb, if they absorb chemical before the water, then you'll straight up murder them. But you gotta be careful, because I've nuked some bushes before, and it helps a lot to just do that. And after time, you're gonna realize what bushes react differently, and you'll be more careful. But when you're starting off, you really got to be careful about these bushes. Some are just super sensitive, and it doesn't matter how much protection you do. you might hurt a couple leaves on it. I mean, it's just hard to do. And on these houses, I really kind of take a different approach. I usually go hot on roofs and houses, but on these houses, man, with the stained wood and the bushes, kind of been just running one and a half bleach, 3% soap, running with that, because these houses mainly it's just cobwebs. It's not a whole lot of algae. Cobwebs, getting those out. That's enough to melt the cobwebs. I was using 3% on each, and that's okay. But man, it's just a little bit, and you wouldn't think it makes that much of a difference. It does. Same thing with the roofs. I was using 6. That'd take the skin off your fingers, but now I use like 4.5, 4.5, and it still does. As long as the bleach is fresh, it does a good job. So, get the right soap. You get 4.5%. It's gonna take the streaks off. You just might have to wait a little bit longer, which is okay. I don't mind doing that. But it's just, I run into less problems on these houses when I run a lighter mix, and it's just worth it to me to do that. You know what I mean? It's not worth running a really hot mix, blasting through the whole job, and here getting a call saying you burn all the bushes. I don't like that call, man. I don't like it. So I try to prevent it at all costs. Back of this house, better than most. Cleaned in porch. I know we got a porch right there. We're gonna have to get up there and clean that. But right here is the back of the house, man. A lot of these porches, if there's a staircase, you're getting up there and clean the inside of it because it's part of the house. It's just an add-on to the house. You gotta clean it. But this one, you can't get to it except from inside the house. So we can't worry about it. But we'll get the outside and under there and all that. And it'll look like new money when we're done. But, you know, I really prefer houses like this because you could do 2 or 3 small jobs, or you can come out here, spend half a day on a nice sized job and make more money. And it's worth it to me. It's absolutely worth it to me to focus on this area. I got this customer off a postcard I sent via Postcard Mania. I know Mike Vidan's fond of them. So this is Reynolds, which is one of 4 establishments and around this lake. And I sent to 4,500 homes in this area, 3 batches. So this is my 2nd batch. Got a call off that. And yeah, we're rolling. I mean, it's good to hear. It's good to know you get calls off that. That's how you know it's working. Next year we'll double down and we'll spend more money on it and get more money in return. And it's expensive. It's expensive to send marketing like that, send cards. I'll tell you, when I started off, man, I was writing by hand. And it's costing my time. I can't make so much money. When you think about it like that, yeah, let's just write the check and get some cards sent out. So we're gonna get this on a tripod and y'all can kind of watch how we do this. But yeah, just stay tuned and we'll get you at the end of this job. So peace out. Just wash the house. I recommend when you're doing windows, get a house wash too, because it's gonna get all that organics off the window. It's gonna be less work for you. Just scrub the windows easier on the windows. You don't want to scrub a bunch of algae off the windows if you help it. So here's what I normally do. It's a board hair brush. The first window clean, you're gonna want to use a coarser brush. When you do that, it's going to get all that debris off. It's going to get a deep clean. For the second year, because usually it's recurring, you can use like a nylon with a board hair in the middle, or a straight nylon brush. It's a lot quicker the second year. There's a 3-story pole. Handles this no problem. So I do 3 strokes on each window. You're going to rinse it with that water. there's strings on this, so we're not too worried about that. That's a question you would want to ask before you get the job. So you can imagine, like I was saying before, I had to get it on a ladder right there close to it where I could reach to the squeegee. And that's not practical. This is effortless. And it's so much safer. I don't have to worry about falling off the ladder. There's a Tucker Alpha pole. Comes with a set if you, or it can come with a set from Southeast. And it rocks, man. It's so easy to use. Just like that. This kind of pressure you're not going to get with a water hose. That's why Cody and them put 12 volt on it. And it's not like your soft wash pump. You're not going to be replacing it. Just water going through it. Should last you a lifetime. Should. Whether it does, I don't know, but that doesn't matter. It's going to last a long time, so you don't have to worry about replacing that. Keep in mind, I learned this the hard way. You're probably going to want to get some lithium batteries if you put this on your equipment. Because the pump doesn't have a pressure switch, which, if it had a pressure switch, it still wouldn't matter, but it doesn't cut off. It runs the whole time, which will drain your battery. I recommend getting some lithium. I'm about to get some lithium on my skid for the super pump anyway. So it's just smart general maintenance thing to do. I recommend them. I put them on my little skid. Makes a big difference. So you don't want to run out of battery. I've been having to charge it overnight, which is normal, and then I plug it up when we're on the job, so it doesn't run out. This window thing sucks down some juice. When you're cleaning windows, you want to be very careful. Windows are fragile. Don't put a lot of pressure on it. Just glide across the window. Not very hard. You have the right equipment, you know what you're doing. I mean, I didn't know about window cleaning before I started it. And now I'm pretty good at it. People like it a lot. So just gets all that dirt off, and it's just that Tucker system just is the key, man. I mean, the water comes out. I tested it with a TDS meter, to test the purity, and it's perfect. It's no mineral, no hard mineral in it, which is the reason you get streaks in the spots is because of hard minerals. So, for example, the water coming out of your faucet, if you were to spray that on this window and still scrub it, it would drop with spots and streaks. So it's not what you want to use. But with this, not the case. And the filters on there, and even though I have spares, it should last a long time. I think it's 5,000 gallons, something like that. So I don't know, we'll see how long it lasts, but you know, you're probably not going to be doing this every day anyway. It's a great upsell though. I'll tell you that. I always want to upsell things. And you got equipment to do it fast, man, it's easy. Do it from the side, any way you want. I'm just gliding across. I'm telling you, this puts a mirror finish on these windows. It's great. Alright, we're going to go to the other side and we're going to be done. I think a lot of people, you know, when they get equipment, run into a problem with the amount of money it costs. And to be honest with you, I don't really understand. I'm not wired that way. I know it's a lot of money. It's not like you're going to buy an abandoned 250 King Ranch that's going to sit in your garage and not make you money. Of course, this can sit in your garage too. But in my case, it's making me a lot of money. It's making my life easier. It's making get it safer, and it's worth the money. You gotta be smart what you're spending money on. You can spend a lot of money on equipment and still not make money, but if you're gonna use it, and it's gonna be safer for you, faster, more efficient, by all means, spend the money. You're gonna thank me later because you do a job like this with ease. Now, this is not a small house by any means. It's just easy. I mean, it's so easy. Only because of the equipment, which I invested in myself. I know that. I invested a lot of money myself with that Gen 2. And then I decked it out because I know what's on the other side. It's going to make me more money. It's simple for me. A lot of guys want to build their own rig, and my hat's off to you, but I ain't going to do it. I'm not going to do it. That's how you stay in the circle of poverty. That broke mindset. It's contagious. And if you keep DIY and stuff, you're gonna get booted right back to where you were before. Trust me. I mean, I'm not wired that way. I'm changing myself to not be like that, and I'm not gonna do that anymore. You gotta make a shift, and I just try to avoid DIY and your skills and equipment. You know, leave it to professionals. Spend the money, save your time, save your headache. And so be smart about it. Don't get ripped off, but I mean, I tell you, you know what you get from the Southeast, and they're proven time and time again. And man, I tell you, that's all I'm going to use. That's all I'm going to use. I don't care how expensive they are. I trust them. They're good to me. I know there's circumstances which a lot of people complain. But, you know, maybe it's their fault too, so you can't put all the blame on Cody and all of them. They do a great job. They can't accommodate everybody's feelings. They try to, but they can't, you know? A lot of things, a lot of reasons people complain, it's just really petty. Small things that, you know, it's just ridiculous, really. My philosophy is, you know, it ain't worth getting upset about. Because what's that going to get you? You're going to burn a bridge. You're going to lose time. You're going to be more stressed. It's like, that's counterproductive to anything. So don't get upset about little things. It's like when I was wanting my skid and they were building it over Southeast, I wasn't rushing them. Did I need it? Sure. Was I complaining about it not being done? Heck, no, I wasn't. And I see no need to do that. No need. My Smart Blend, over Christmas they were sending out a ton of them, and mine was, one of the molding was a little bit smaller, so it was leaking a little bit. I ain't worried about it. I know they're going to do right. They sent it back to them, they fixed it, sent it back next week. It's working great now, you know. You just adapt and overcome. Just don't even worry about these things. Just roll it off your shoulder, and you got to be like that if you own a business. If you get upset about little things, how are you going to act when something really bad happens? It's going to put you out of business. Really. So that's what separates something from the 1%ers, from people that just don't want it bad enough. I got thick skin. I got pretty thick skin. I don't get upset. It's wasting my time. If I'm giving you, you know, my time by being mad at you, it's ridiculous. It's childish. I think it's childish. So, but anyway, that was a little glimpse of a job we had today. You know, it about rained on us. Got some clouds overhead and some lightning out here, but yeah, we got done with it. So we're about to rack this window system up and get paid, get a review, and get on out of here. But that's all we got for you today, and y'all go leave some likes, show some love, and give me a sub. Comment what y'all want next. Thanks. Peace out.